Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just came home from the French Open. I still played Mitsurugi, finishing 18th place out of 1024, I think. Ending up in me getting like 110-ish points, I don't know. And still being first in the Worlds race, so I just have the privilege to just take 1 week off, so I no regional for me next week and just focus on YCS Bologna. Anyways, I just want to show you what I played. I did some minor changes, nothing too big, but I feel like it paid off. And yes, for the deck, I mainly focused on Draco Tail and Malice this weekend. So I was thinking that Mitsurugi is going a little bit back, but I don't know. I ended up playing against 6 different versions. Like, it was okay, but I lost to 2 of them. I just show you the deck. Starting off, still free marshmallow, best one. Then playing free Capsy. We still play around Droll with this most of the times. I don't know if main decking Droll is correct right now because Malice and Dracotel should be the most popular decks right now, but I still played it because of Zombie Vampire and the level 1 mills. So Lollipo and Cookie. I think I want to play one more of those because I just feel like those starters are more quality right now than the Mitsurugi starters, but I don't know, we will figure it out. Then of course the 2 bricks. I saw people main decking a Crookie in this, I don't know, I don't even want to cite it, but it works out for them I think. And for the Mitsurugi, sadly, I didn't add the drive to test as much as I wanted last week, so we ended up playing 3 Abakiri, of course, 1 Futsu, 1 Murakumo, still those 3. I think cutting those from the main deck, maybe not even siding it is correct, because if you go first, you can full combo with those cards. I feel like if you don't play those, your hand quality is getting better and you don't need to play as much cards as I did, so I played 42 this weekend. And I feel like this 3 spaces could be good non-engine. Then of course I played triple prayers, best one. I feel like prayers is the only card in the deck that loses quality if you cut those. So maybe it's correct playing this and cut those and maybe play like I only had 1 ritual spell and maybe just play the 2nd ritual spell next to it. But I will figure it out for the next YCS and probably will let you know before. Then of course I played the mirror, the trap and the 3 pre-prep for most starters possible. For the non-engine I played triple Fuwalas. Best non-engine card in the game right now, I feel like. I don't even think the card is fair, so I see why so many people are going to Dracotail because it just ignores it. Triple Ash, you have to play it because you have to stop Fuwalas. Otherwise I think, yeah, okay. I think the format changed a bit. I like the card in the main deck going against Dracotail a lot, but I feel like this card's quality isn't as high as it should be. Then we still played triple draw. As I just said, I don't know if it's still correct to play it, and I feel like you have to play more level 1 cards in your deck. So this one being a non-engine space just leaves me on Whaler or Droll, and I still think that Droll is the better hand trap for the main deck. At the space I played Dark Ruler no more last week. I played Bell this week because I feel like Bell does a little bit against every deck. Like, it's not the perfect hand trap, but going 2nd against Dracotail, it helps you against the traps. It helps you against Malice and it's okay against Mitsu. I feel like it was okay. And for the last 3 spots, I played those 3. Those 2 are just, if you go first, you want to play no games. So if your opponent just Fubo or draws you, you just negate it and go on. If your opponent Fubos you or draws you, you can still go on with looking into the hand. So that's the reason I played this one. I think if I would have tested more this week, this card would not be in the main deck. It still performed for me somehow, even go 2nd against much decks, but I feel like there are cards with more quality go 2nd. So I think the time of talents in the main deck is over. Going to the side deck, I changed a little bit in this too, so we still with 3 Retaliating Sea. I know most of the players are playing cards against it, like Fenrir or stuff, or even play the combos good against it, but it still does what it should do. So if you just do it on Rahu, you get some kind of advantage off of it. So with Bell and Ash in the main deck and like more cards against the deck in here, I feel like it's pretty good still. So it's just the best card I know right now, unless Droplet did what I didn't play. Then go on with Freenet. I sided this card in most matchups. Like if it's not Draco Tail, it's in my deck post side going first and second most likely. I like this card as go first card a lot because it just secures you another turn most of the times. And I still feel like people are not playing correct into it because they use prayers and stuff, and like even the Mitsurugi players don't leave a effect open, so you can just nip them and just play against prayers and trapper stuff. I feel like it's pretty good. Tree Imperm, this card overperformed for me somehow, so I sided it against most of the Mitsu matchups because it's still pretty good if you draw it as a 6 card and just take out the IP. Also against the Draco Tail and the Vanquished Soul and K9 decks it performed. And on top, I sided this card as well against the Draco Tail matchup to just negate Atalion. I feel like it's pretty good. Then we sided Chulanseer. It's just because we hate Malice. I don't know what we started with this, but Malice is getting so popular again. I feel like you can't ignore the deck anymore. And I think Meowls is not as good as it should be. So maybe if you play Meowls and Puruli in the side deck, it can perform, but I don't know, Lancia just seemed the best spot for me in this case. The only real go first card we played is a Crookie. As I said, I just want to get the hand quality as good as possible, and I feel like I will not going on siding this card because I don't like it against Mitsurugi variants anymore. It's just good against Draco Tail going first and second, and against Malice going first. It's kind of have a space, but maybe like playing, if you want a real go first card, maybe Judgment is just better to hope to see it and don't play another brick. And then 3 double Cyclone. I didn't saw it once this weekend, but it feels like it's good. I like this card a lot because you can side it against every trap heavy deck right now. It's good in theory against Odeon and against Draco Tail, and I don't know, I think it's pretty good. For the extra deck, we just changed 1 card here, so we're still going with this standard lineup. Those 2, we played Link Spider as well, because every Malice player and every Draco Tail player, it feels like being on Nip, and playing around Nip is pretty good. So playing around Nip is pretty good. I know most of your hand already play around Nip, but if your opponent like multiple hand traps you or fuvas you and nips you afterwards, you have still plays with this, so that's the reason. Sorry to be not that clear at the first. Then for the Link 2s, we played SP, Dynamondo, and IP. The only target for IP I was missing a little bit was the Gorgon, because I feel like even the Draco Tail players are going to play Isuna, and you really have a hard time with a good timed Lupus. So maybe I have to think about that again. Then I only played 2 Snatchy. It's the 1 card I changed in the extra deck because I had another card I wanted to fit in, and we already tried the super polymerization, and that is when we tried that build, I already told 2 Yummy Snatchy is enough, and in the 10 rounds of the weekend and in the like 19 rounds last weekend, I think it came up once that I needed a 3rd Snatchy. Then of course Zombie Vampire. The 3 names for the extra deck. We're doing Lollipop first right now the most, because if we see double engine, it depends against what deck we're playing. I will speak a little bit more in the stream tomorrow over it. We feel like putting up the Herald before activating Mitsurugi cards is pretty good. So if you see both engines, we optimize the lines a little bit. Then we played Samsara Cat and Herald, of course, and the last card, what overperformed this weekend, was Starham. I already talked about it on stream, like on Monday. This card is pretty good. In the point where you get hand dropped a lot. Like if you're Cupsy getting ashed, you don't have a way to get into Herald, but with this card you can just go Lollipo, summon back level 1 and Snatchy, and then go into another Herald again, and you can play from there on and just Herald here and make the link 1 and still go into the Mitsurugi combo, so it helps you playing around hand trips better. And if you get Fuward and you end up with like a half board and you have this card in the extra deck, you can just do the Herald quicker, in my opinion, and you can trigger one of the small yummy names. I feel like it worked out, so I loved playing this card. I summoned like 4 or 5 times this weekend. It was pretty good for me. So that being said, I'm taking a week off of regionals since I'm like at 360 points. I don't feel like I have to play Leash and Paris because it's like a horror trip from my home. I will just enjoy the birthday week for myself, maybe stream 1 or 2 times, and then just focus for YSS Bologna. And with that, see you all at the next video.